As one of the biggest stars of the 80s, Winona Ryder helped create some of the decade's most memorable movies. Ryder's career began in 1986 with her first ever movie, Lucas, and she quickly established herself as a young talent. However, while the 80s saw the rise of many teen stars, including the members of the Brat Pack, Ryder separated herself by taking on darker and more unexpected roles that allowed her unique talents to truly shine. While Ryder is likely best known by modern audiences as Joyce on Stranger Things, even that hit show is tied back to her 80s roots, with Ryder's casting referencing her star status from the decade. Looking back at all 6 movies Ryder made in the 80s, they include some iconic films that are still enjoyed by audiences to this day, as well as some lesser-known titles that fans might want to check out. The decade also saw her work with some terrific talents, including Robert Downey Jr., Christian Slater, and Michael Keaton. 6. Square Dance, 1987. As Gemma Dillard. Square Dance marks the first leading role for Winona Ryder and a terrific display of her ability to carry a movie. Ryder stars as Gemma, a young teen living in the country with her grandfather. However, when she meets her estranged mother for the first time, she is introduced to life in the big city and becomes torn between her two worlds. Despite the fact that some bigger-name stars appear, including Jason Robards and Rob Lowe, this is very much Ryder's movie. She is excellent as the confused teen who is being introduced to so many new things at a pivotal time in her life, trying to decide what path to take for the future. The movie has some interesting family dynamics and deals with the concept of home in a thoughtful way. However, it is overly melodramatic and ultimately doesn't live up to its strong performances. Winona Ryder starred in a terrific ensemble, which included a future MCU star, in the period drama 1969. The movie stars Kiefer Sutherland and Robert Downey Jr. as two best friends starting their young adult lives while fearing the possibility of being drafted into the Vietnam War. As the young men battle with the idea of fleeing to Canada or staying and fighting for their beliefs, Sutherland's character begins to form a romance with Downey Jr.'s sister, played by Ryder. While it is a smaller supporting role, Ryder holds her own in the cast, which also features Bruce Dern as Sutherland's strict father. Ryder plays a fiery and passionate young character who is willing to push back against the establishment. Even at a young age, she is believable as someone with such conviction. However, the movie fails to have anything very interesting to say about the subject matter and is only elevated by its strong cast. While there were several big musical biopics of the 1980s, such as Amadeus and Coal Miner's Daughter, Great Balls of Fire was one of the overlooked entries in the genre during this decade. Great Balls of Fire tells the story of Jerry Lee Lewis, Dennis Quaid, one of the pioneers of the rockabilly movement and a musician who was hailed as being the next Elvis Presley. However, this rise to fame ended in scandal when Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown. Winona Ryder. Quaid leads the movie with his energetic performance, while Ryder has an interesting role to play as this innocent young girl who is seduced by the excitement of Lewis's music. However, Great Balls of Fire fails to really dive deep into the character of Lewis and doesn't seem overly concerned with showing the dark side of his personality.